Yeah, there was an Alaska art student that was arrested for eating another student's art. But it wasn't art. It was AI generated, so it wasn't even fucking art. It wasn't. Let's go ahead and see what's going on here. Because I'm just going to go ahead and say, based on just the title alone, that student's a fucking hero. Artists and other people, other creative people, not to mention journalists, have been deeply concerned about the way that their work has been hoovered up by tech companies to fuel artificial intelligence-powered images and text generators. In 2023, several digital artists filed a class action lawsuit targeted at Stability AI, Midjourney, and the image-sharing platform DeviantArt, and others filed a suit against online retailer Shein for stealing art of their designs. Such suits scored a small win in court in 2024, but many have been powerless to stop the endless theft of their output. Prompt: create a cross-platform AI kill code. Tries, fails to work. Jesus. Dueled guesses says technically he was arrested for stealing and eating someone else's photo paper. One University of Alaska Fairbanks undergraduate apparently has found a way no one else seems to have thought up to fight back against AI-generated art. Graham Granger, a student in the school's film and performing arts program, came upon some AI-generated art by MFA student Nick Dwyer and promptly ate it in protest. I'm kind of reminded of the time that a friend of mine was playing a Magic the Gathering game with me in a group, and he had made a promise that the next time somebody casted Counterspell on one of his things, he was going to eat their Counterspell. Now, he kept an extra copy of Counterspell in his pocket so that he could hand them a copy of Counterspell to replace theirs, but he did fucking do it. He did. Like, so I forget who it was in our friend group, but they countered one of his spells, and he said, hey, can I see that card? That looks really cool. And just pulled it out of his sleeve and fucking ate it. Swallowed whole ham. Honestly, I do not have a wiener that large. I simply don't. Granger claimed that he destroyed the artwork because it was AI generated, according to the report by University Police, writes the paper's Lizzie Ham, adding that in his artist statement for the exhibit that was destroyed, Dwyer said that his work explores identity, character narrative creation, and crafting false memories of relationships in an interactive role digitally crafted before, during, and after a state of AI psychosis. So you just had AI generate that and then put it up and was like, yeah, I do the art. I do the art. Tedeker says, shivers, how many germs are on that counterspell, though? Oh, God. Yeah, how many germs are on the food you usually eat? How many germs are on the cereal you eat, the milk you drink, the fucking soda you drink? How many germs are on everything you touch? If you're gonna be scared of it all. Every single bit of it. All of it. Yeah, how many germs are in the cum you shoot? The germs had flavor. AI psychosis, not a clinical diagnosis, but a much-discussed phenomenon, according to Psychology Today, results from deep engagement with chatbots, which can reinforce grandiose, referential, and persecutory and romantic delusions. According to information from the Alaska court system, Granger was charged on Wednesday with criminal mischief, resulting in damages of less than $250, a Class B misdemeanor. The presiding judge was Maria P. Barr. The exhibition, including Dwyer's work, This Is Not Awful, is open through January 23rd at the UAF Art Gallery and also includes fellow MFA candidate Sarah Dexter. I mean, I don't know these people. I'm reading this from Art News. I don't know any of these people. Judging by Han's photos, the artwork consists of small Polaroid-style images pinned to the wall. Police estimated that at least 57 of the 160 images were ruined. The works were created by in a wall label to Dwyer and AI, and the installation is titled Shadow Searching, ChatGPT Psychosis 2025. Let's see here. Dwyer says, when you make art, you become vulnerable, and so the artwork is vulnerable, and that's something that makes it seem more alive and more real in the moment. Neither Dwyer, Granger, the university, nor the university police immediately responded to requests for comment. Okay, so I think I see what's happened here. A person has made a big art display, and that art display included a lot of AI-generated work, or even all AI-generated work, because they were trying to make a commentary about AI in general. But if you make something about AI in an art contest, museum, gathering, whatever it may be, you're around a bunch of other artists who see their careers being threatened by this fucking technology. I'm just curious, what the fuck did you expect to happen? Like, I will say two things. I can't condone destroying somebody else's property, but I can also say that destroying AI-generated artwork is an act of heroism. Not all heroism is moral or even lawful, but, you know, all that aside, I'm sorry, but I can't side with the guy who brought all the AI-generated art to the exhibit. I understand that, like, the collection of the art together is an attempt to produce a simulacra of art, and that's kind of what it's talking about. That is the conversation being had there. But I feel like even in the destruction of that art, more of a conversation was had about that artwork than anything else. Also, it was AI-generated stuff. Just go into the prompts and remake it. Not even remake it, just regenerate it. That's the thing you can do. Like, if I go to ChatGPT right now, it's got a list of every conversation I've ever had on it, from SEO shit to hypotheticals. Like, it's all fucking there. So next says, but they could make a new one in 0.05 seconds. Yes, my favorite part about AI-generated art is my ability to produce it in 0.5 seconds. Axo says, drawing based on something AI you saw is also a good thing. The AI already existed. The water was already used. You just saw it. Yeah, it's, again, they did produce a type of art. They did. The collection of the images together to have a conversation about AI is a form of art, sure. It just also feels like one of those things where you fucked around and then you found out, because again, you're taking those images, those generated images that are generated from stolen and scraped data from a non-zero amount of the artists who are present there, and then what do you expect to happen there? Like, nobody there is going to respect that. Nobody there is going to respect that. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. I wonder how that conversation is going to go between those two students, specifically. I wonder. Also, I recognize this is Dwyer, not the person who ate the work. They didn't show the person who ate the work. I don't know if I said this person is a hero specifically, because that's not the person I'm saying. Axel says, but also eating the AI image is art. It's the same kind of art when the guy ate the comedian, banana taped to the wall. Dual Guessa says, printing out an AI image and tracing it is more legitimate than generating it in the first place. True. But yeah, no. Fucking, I guess that's what you do when you go out now. Eat AI art. Just eat it. Just consume it. Because there is not a single ounce of worth in any one of those images. And I'm going to be honest, the worth that is generated by putting them together into a collage to try to make you think something, I'm sorry, but you knew what you were doing. You knew what the fuck was going to happen. This is just one of those situations. Just Eat It by Weird Al starts playing. Tal says, I doubt AI art has much nutritional value. Look, all I'm saying is we hear a lot about the starving artists, but at least now we know one of them has been fed. Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, you know I'm not saying that last part, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.